Welcome back to Penumbra. Last time we had some amazing spider action, and maybe you could tell how much I love that. Let's see, we ended up in a new part of this weird mine system. Let's see where we are now. I think I'll take the dark route first. Mainly because I figured there's going to be something here. And if I'm in the dark, it might be easier not to be seen. What do we have here? I think I came from here, so I'm here now. There's a tool storage. That's probably going to have something interesting, but I'm already close to this shaft 13, so I'll check that out first. And there's a refinery and shaft 12 and section C. Let's have a look at shaft 13 first, if I make it there alive. Maybe I can go now. Yes. Huh. These are marked as steam pipes. They do quite some damage. Maybe I could use them. Oh. I guess this somehow, yeah, I see. Now also turn it off. Down, maybe? No idea. I'd rather not even try to kill anything. I'd rather just try to stay in the shadows and not be detected at all. Whoa. I think even for today's standards, this actually looks pretty cool. Those rocks look loose. I might be able to shift them, but they're more likely to bury me alive. Okay. More of those tunnels. I know what that means. I'd better not stick around here too long. No. Did you hear that? Did you fucking hear that? Why is this place trying to kill me? Gotta get a grip, yeah, seriously. Go. Oh no. Oh no. Stay away. Oh, there's more. Oh, fuck. Maybe this way? Oh no. This is a dead end. I have to find something to barricade this. But I also don't want to take the light away from there. No. Stay in there. here. How about this? Jesus Christ. Can we stop it with the spiders already? Come on. Come on, man. It's enough spiders for 2 games. Huh. I can still hear them. Oh, a blank note. Okay, I've jotted down a note. See what that note is. I found the note, but as far as I can tell, there's no code written on it. What do you mean, the node? Like it's some special node you've been waiting for all the time. I guess it should have been a node. Loads of lockers. Maybe there's something of use inside, or maybe not. I think there was another paper here, yeah. You have to say to that. It's a changing room. This must have been close to the main entrance to the mine. How many people worked down here? And how many people died? Could you stop that stupid spider noise? 24th February 1972. I write this note in the... What now? What now? Can you please let me read? Jesus. I'll just read it somewhere else, thank you. Oh.
Unless my friends lie somewhere near you now. A friend in need is a friend indeed. But a friend that's dead is a poor conversationalist. May they rest in pieces, ruptured, decomposing pieces.
Another major cave-in. Damn, it looks like that might have been a route up to the surface. Okay, maybe I can have some peace and read now. Trapped miner's final words, so this is not gonna be fun read. 24th of February 1972. I write this note in the knowledge that it may well serve as my last will and testament. Myself and 3 other miners have been trapped beneath the main shaft to the surface for what we believe to be 3 days, but with no daylight and increasing dehydration. It's impossible to tell. The only thing keeping us alive is the hope that there could be a rescue team already on the way. We were all so positive at the start, but that seems long ago now. Renton was the first to crack. Sometime during the first night, we all just lay there trying to sleep through the sound of his wailing and sobbing, trying to pretend his problems weren't our own and that he was weak for having given up so soon. The fact was, he was dealing with the situation pretty realistically. Our chance of survival gets smaller every hour. Since then, he hasn't said much, but the despair that gripped him seems to have spread through the rest of us like a cancer. We were such fools to ignore the foreman, and he paid for that with his life. When he started putting security code locks on all the doors, we thought he was crazy. There's only us down here after all, so why should we need codes to access places we're all allowed to go? He gave us all code seeds, made us swear to keep them safe. Mine hasn't left my locker more than once. It's still there, doesn't get much safer than that. We asked him who we were keeping them safe from, but he never said. It was a pain in the arse is what it was. I had to trek all the way to that crazy biologist's office in the mining room this morning just to check the code for Section C. But he obviously knew something about these mines we didn't. Some of the guys started acting weird. Not crazy weird, just not normal. That didn't stop a couple of them being carted off to mainland Europe for psychiatric help. It was no one I knew well until the incident 3 days ago. We were in chemical storage when one of the guys who had seemed pretty strange just started shouting. It wasn't a normal kind of shouting. I'm not any kind of wordsmith, so I just don't know how to describe the noises he was making. we'll just have to stick with not normal. Anyway, he managed to hurt a couple of guys, damaged some equipment before we got him under control. Nothing serious. When we released him, he seemed okay. Phased, but alright. Didn't really know where he was. Far away look in his eyes. That look, I remember that for the rest of my days. Even if there aren't many more of them, his pupils weren't dilated. They just seemed to take up more space than should be possible. Black and horrible. Then he snapped and grabbed up one of the high-rated explosive packs. We knew what he intended, saw it in those eyes. Those that could made a run for it, but the guy was already bearing down on the foreman. He didn't have a chance. There were five of us who made it out to the exit shaft. Only 4 survived the explosion. The elevator shaft collapsed in on us, and now it's anyone's guess how many are still trapped down there. The last thing I saw was those eyes. Seemed like they were staring at me, and me alone. Miles Stassen. And an empty 4th page. Which means, I guess, he never got to finish the rest of whatever he might have intended to write next. Alright, let's just give this a quick try, you know. Maybe he wrote it with some, like, special ink, so it would only be seen when you burn it. Or maybe not. Maybe I'm missing some kind of information. Or he does that. Batteries, yes. I must have used so many. Dynamite. I should blow those spider asses up. Just for fun. Like, take the boulder bag and throw in all the fucking 3 dynamites I have. See how they're like that. Huh. Now I'm glad that caved in. Alright, so I guess the point of this was to get this note. And we probably have to find out how to make whatever code is on there, how to make that visible. Did you hear that? There's some whispering. But the dogs are still... Not sure what I prefer. Oh, this is just a dead end. Have a look. Oh yeah, let's have a look at the map. Oh, we're here. I'm really interested in the tool storage now, so I'm gonna go there. Means I'll find it somehow. I know the general direction now. First of all, let's try to get there alive. Uh-oh. Coming all the way here? Or did he just leave? You know, I'm one of these curiosity killed the cat types. He's probably going to turn right again. Yeah. Well, then I'll take a left instead. Okay. Can I actually use them? Can't jump on them. I can also not. Apparently not. Oh I should get out of it. Nothing here. Looks like this road was sealed off at one stage. I guess it's open now. Oh. Oh, yeah, that's what he meant. The fence. There's some crates here. We have to build some nice things again. This door is not designed to just fall open. Yeah, there's a thing for entering a code there. Is that explosive? Whee! Never seen so many sacks. Just some communications kit and sacking. Ooh. I didn't know that was possible. Is that possible with all of them? Huh. What is this? Huh. This must be the tool, storage. Ooh, look at this. Bolt cutter. There's a screwdriver. Why is it saving? I don't like that. I'm going to close the door. Some bits and pieces, not worth digging through the barbed wire for, though. Okay. I guess that's it. I'm a bit scared because it just saved. But there doesn't seem to be any. Well then. I think I'll check the refinery next. I vaguely remember that. Okay, I'm a bit scared to look around the corner because there's so much light there. You clearly hear something. Could I just... Yeah, right. Okay, let's go. Ooh. These crates are good for hiding. You could actually throw some dynamite. Rather not. I can totally see me screwing that up, not hitting the dog, but alerting it, and then. Oh, don't come any closer. Just keep going. Don't turn her. Don't turn her. Don't turn her. Shit. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I hope. Yeah, there's the door. Oof. Yeah, I remember this. Kind of. Let's see. the control panel for those pistons. Okay, this may take just a few thousand years. Or not. Oh. This must be the hub where all the rock from the mine is collected and refined. These pistons would crush every bone in my body. I was just about to say, why is this still running, but then I realized it's probably only running because we turned on the power again. A conveyor belt. I wonder where it goes. Can't go through there, right? Not that small. No. But I suppose I can put something there. Okay, please don't come back down. This is kind of scary in a different way. I'm certain most people wouldn't want to get close enough to this machine to read those instructions, yeah. Way to put them in a weird spot. Okay, it's saved. Oh.
Only the engraving etched in the back of my mind can compare to the sight you must be seeing. Now power has returned. I wish I could be there with you, but circumstances do not allow for such frivolity. Maybe soon there is something you can do about that. But tell me, are there ever melted conveyances now churning in the pump room? I think I know where they lead. It is some kind of heaven or a utopia.
I have a feeling that this is important. Maybe one of those huge worm things came through here. I'd rather believe it was standard corrosion, but I doubt it. Oh, there's a ladder. That ladder is fairly precarious. Maybe I could knock it down somehow. How about this? No, that made it worse. I think I actually remember. I think when I played this for the first time, at some point I got curious where this leads, so I put something here. And obviously you see it goes to the left, so I went back and had a look at where exactly it comes out. And if I remember correctly, it actually comes out up there, which will of course, come on, yes, do this. Oh. Not strong enough. Why don't I use the belt again? Instead of trying to throw that up there. I think this is strong enough to actually just block the ventilator. Eat that. Okay, that's not creepy at all. Huh.
We are now such good and lasting friends. I have gifted you with my love. Perhaps you could gift me with something. After all, the laws of politeness would be shattered if you were to appear at my party without a gift. Poor Red is so hungry.
Oh.
He could eat both the horse and the young Riddling stable hand. Sadly, pony flesh is so hard to come by in these parts, and man meat is just so bland. If your
Wait,
eyes
what did he just say?
happened upon a scurrying rodent, would you deliver the crunchy feast by way of a final meal?
Did he just casually mention that he ate human meat? I mean, can't say I'm completely surprised. Also, when I tried to read that diary about some miners who... wait. This one, Trap Miner's Final Words. After that, I got a transmission from Red saying something about that I found his friends or something. So maybe he was a miner as well here, before he became weird. Oh no. Okay, this is the part I really hate. Let's see, I have to memorize where to go. Might be that I just cut because it takes me forever and I die 1,000 times, but let's see. It's also possible to go back and grab some barrels, but that's kind of cheating. Okay, I know what I said about cheating, but I just, for the love of God, I can't see everything from here, and I'm just too bad at remembering stuff like that. But I kind of like the fact that you can also do things like this in this game. Like, you just use whatever is lying around to solve puzzles the way you want to solve them. Like, usually you have to observe this grid and slowly but surely understand which square in what order the squares are going to have no boiling hot death steam coming out of them. But I always have a hard time seeing the last panels here from back there. So I think this is a nice alternative way of doing this. Ta-da! Anything in here? Maybe the door upstairs would be locked anyway? Or is this a dead end? Well, I suppose the other door would have been locked then. Yeah. This would have probably been the reason for that. Cart and tracks for transporting ore. As far as I know, they use the same setup to this day. It's completely closed up. I can't get out that way. I may never get out. These chains are holding the cart in place. Maybe I can use that. I can. Stacks of books. They're a mixture of industrial reference material and scientific journals. It's badly faded, but it looks like a close-up view of some species of annelid. A cohort, a man with no name. It is he who opens this gateway to hell. A grin on his face. He's terrible indeed. He watches the man writhe and turn. Still, father looks on, something vital in his hand. I suppose I can trust these things a bit more. I'm not dead yet. Still, they must have a purpose. What could it be? Images and notes relating to the grey rock worm. This thing is big for an invertebrate. Oh, an old newspaper. Doesn't seem to be for reading. Oh, speaking of which. Copenhagen Post, Friday, 25th of December 1970. Superstition extinct, death mine still breathing? A worker at the northwestern iron mine Greenland is missing, presumed dead, as of midnight last night. Locals fear foul play. Mining now forms the largest single industry in Greenland. At 16 years old, the northwestern iron mine is a relatively new part of a larger complex, which also includes a lead operation and is built on the site of an older mine, later converted into a military bunker and finally closed in 1952. The iron mine retains its excellent work record in spite of the recent disappearances of an as yet unnamed worker. We have discovered that the man in question was a young laborer brought in from mainland Europe, possibly Denmark, and authorities on both sides of the strait are currently attempting to contact any family he may have left behind. The man disappeared 10 days ago, and the mine foreman has now exercised his power to declare him presumed dead. This decision, we are told, was not taken lightly. A full search of the mining operation was commissioned to no avail. Without the appropriate equipment or transport, the man could not have survived on the surface. Although superstition in Greenland has seen a decrease in popularity over the past years, some local inhabitants still claim that the land itself is cursed. This very paper ran a report almost 40 years ago to the day discussing high suicide figures for the area, but findings at the time were considered to be inconclusive. Lars Jensen. Hundreds of newspaper clippings, all to do with biomedical sciences, local wildlife, or field studies. Empty. The door is locked. It's locked from the other side, but I think the key is still in the lock. Ah. Let's see. It's funny that we did the same thing in Scratches, if you watched that. There's about a half inch gap under the door. The connecting. But unlike Scratches, in this game it worked. There's a mess of statistics and crude drawings on this chalkboard. They all relate to a large species of annelid. Annelid? No idea. Maybe I should actually use the key. Uh-oh. From the debris, I'd say something huge broke into the room not too long ago. There's blood and slime everywhere. All these cabinets are damaged. Something violent went on in here. It's an artificial habitat. Those things look long dead. I think I know how they felt, not being able to get out. There's only one green-blooded land-dwelling creature big enough to lose this much blood, and I don't see many skink lizards hanging about. Oh no. Oh, there's a light switch. There's writing scrawled everywhere. Must be an ultraviolet ink. Definitely the product of a deranged mind, but whose? Speaking of that kind of ink. With the UV light, there's some text showing up on that blank piece of paper. Huh. The note reads storage password 1371. Okay. Anything in here? Let's get the hell out of here. Oh.
While you hunt for those delicate, melt-in-your-mouth mousy morsels, there are places you should not go, for fear of death. The Reaper lives here, just like you and I. And just like you and I, he must ingest the living flesh of those less fortunate than him. There is a small place that I do not want you to visit, even on your holidays, because it is dark and evil place that I've been. When the darkness has overwhelmed my small decaying mind, some bad things flowed from my mind and through my pen. The brilliant blue ink itself seemed to turn to blood into my grace. And by the way, should you turn peckish, red is at its finest sautéed with a little engine oil.
Oh, so this was actually a different door than what I thought. But still, seems to be the correct way. Okay, so I've seen everything here now. Just gonna go to section section C and use the lock. Use the code. I think the code was 1371. Hope there's nothing here. I think I lost my way. Oh, that way. That doesn't sound cool. Ooh, I can't believe that worked. Oh. If I'm not mistaken, then there isn't that much left to this game. Like, to this episode, I mean. There's still the second part of the game.
Really, the hunger is becoming rather uncomfortable here. How far away are you? You cannot be far. I am held captive by a wall of stone in the northeast of the mine. As in any drama, there are many roles to be played. You must act the scientist in mixing potions, act the renegade in plots of destruction. On your travels for the tools with which you will fashion my rescue, you may discover the place of my last meal. Be careful. The shiny, solid floor of water is not as solid as it seems. Poor Red was almost swallowed whole. The two foolsy men who plummeted into my domain have long since departed, though not I expect from whence they came. I ate ravenously of biped meat that day, but Red promises feasting only began when the man became pungent, when the stench of life had gone, and only the sweet aroma of decay remained.
Make YouTube work. Dead end. Uh-oh. There's a door. Huh. This looks interesting. Also, it's a good place to take a break. And see you next time. Bye.